In this video, we're going to take a look at a little function that is built into Postgres that allows us to select the greatest value out of a list of values. Let's start off first with a very quick example. I'm going to write in select greatest. I'm going to call it with like a function, and I'll put in some list of values here. So maybe 20, 10, and 30. The greatest function is going to take a look at this list of values and return the greatest or the largest value. In this case, it would be 30. So if I run this, I end up with a result of 30. If we change the 20 into a 200, now we get back 200 because now that is the greatest value. So at just a glance, greatest is pretty simple and straightforward. But you might be curious where we would use something like this. Well, we can very easily imagine how we might make use of greatest if we consider the following question. Let's say that we want to compute the cost to ship each item inside of our products table. And maybe the rule for calculating the shipping cost is that we have to find the greatest or the maximum of two different values. So shipping an item is going to cost the greater of the product's weight times $2 or 30. So at a minimum, it is $30. Otherwise, it might be the weight times 2 if it is greater than 30. So we can kind of imagine the calculation that would go on here. We kind of want to take our weight column and run some calculation on it. Maybe we would call this something like cost to ship. We would then multiply all these different values by $2, and that would give us our cost to ship. We would end up with 6, 32, 12, 46, 20, 22, and 4. Then, if any of these different values are less than 30, we're going to take $30 instead. So 6 is less than 30, so we go up to 30. 32 is greater than 30, so we're going to stick with 32. We go to 30, 30, 30, and 30. So that would be how we would calculate our cost to ship. Let's try making use of the greatest function to calculate this cost to ship column for us. All right, so back over here, I'll do a select name and weight, and then I'll apply the greatest function. There we go. And we want to find the greatest of $30 or 2 times a product's weight. And then we'll do a from products like so. So as usual, we're going to take all the different rows from products, and then we're going to run this select clause on every single row. So for every single row, we're going to print out the name, the weight, and the greatest of 30 and 2 times that row's weight. Let's run that and see what happens. Okay, so now we've got 3, that would get rounded up to 30. 16, that's going to be $32 to ship. The 6 right there, well, that would be $12 to ship. That's less than 30, so it would round it up to 30, and so on. You can go on down the list. That's pretty much it for weight, or excuse me, for greatest. I was looking at the word weight, but that's how we would make use of that function. All right, now that we've seen greatest, quick pause here, continue in just a moment.